of information from me. It'll be Ashley McGeorge to jump it up with Malia Oldham here to begin the basketball game. Nice crowd on hand here at the Powell Center. And the toss is controlled by Bailey Pettigo. And Campbellsville to the front court. Faith Lake back out to Pettigo here. Lady Tigers looking for the first points of the basketball game on this, their first possession. Right side, Pritchett holds it, wants McGeorge down low, not there. Pritchett spins, takes the right side of the lane, goes up a little scooping hook shot that's no good, off glass, back out on the offensive rebound, and here steps called on Ashley McGeorge.
Yeah, Ashley got a little excited there on that offensive rebound from Pritchett, kicked it out to her. I think she wanted to penetrate, but also saw it open Lexi Lake there in the corner, so just shuffled her feet. Turnover against Campbellsville.
Steele long ahead here to Perry. Perry hasn't played a lot this year, averaging about 9 minutes a game here. We're going to have a jump ball call that'll stay with Lindsey Wilson, but Perry maybe pressed into action with some of the posts. We talked about Glover and maybe Haley Eisen also, who's out, maybe forced Coach Wethington's hand a bit.
Well, it is, and it's, next person up. When you got a couple that go down like that, you just got to relish your opportunity and take advantage of it.
Oldham with the basketball here, working on the dribble against Faith Lake. Out to Hodges, right side Sydney Hall. Campbellsville closes out on her, and the ball is knocked out of bounds with 5 on the shot clock. It will be Blue Raider basketball.
Good help defense there by Courtney Pritchett to reach over the top and kind of knock that thing out of bounds. 5 seconds left here. Campbellsville lock it down.
Hodges on the dribble, left side to Steele, and she is going to be fouled by McGeorge. 1 was showing on the shot clock.
It's unfortunate there. Ashley just got a little over-aggressive there. Probably could have just allowed the defender there, or the one she's guarding, to stay in front and forced a long 3 there.
Well, you know, in Ashley's defense a little bit, you think with 5 seconds she's got to shoot it.
That's
so
right.
I think she was closing out thinking shot was coming. Here Oldham going to throw one up, and that's going to be an offensive foul. Courtney Pritchett down low for Campbellsville takes the contact. But, yeah, I think McGeorge, to put a bow on that, probably thought that shot had to go up. So Steele, maybe a crafty move by her to deck it and draw the contact.
Good job by Courtney Pritchett there to switch over and once again help defense and draw the charge.
Left side Lake with it into the corner, and Faith Lake was not ready. Lexi looking for her twin sister Faith, and they kind of crack me up when they do that. They'll it's one of those things, you can fuss or I can fuss at my sister, but you better not say a word.
That's
and
right.
They'll kind of give each other that look.
Yeah.
But a turnover on the Lady Tigers gives it back to Lindsey Wilson. Long ahead, the pass to Hodges. Now Hall left side. Oldham with it, working against Pritchett. Stops here in the middle. That's Hodges out. Perry a jumper. That is around and out. It can't get much further down than that one. Long ahead. Pettigo to Pritchett. Drives, goes up, and 1 for Swiss.
Way to absorb the contact there, Courtney Pritchett, and put it high off the glass for a chance here at the old-fashioned 3-point play. That was on Perry, I believe,
It was on Perry. That's her first 2 on the Blue Raiders as a club.
Campbellsville in transition there off the missed opportunity by Lindsey Wilson.
Pritchett's free throw around and out. Circled and popped off. 2-0 remains the score as Lindsey Wilson comes to the offensive end. Ball back tapped and knocked out of bounds by Lexi Lake.
How many times have we seen that in Lexi's career, that little back tap?
She and Faith both, I think sometimes maybe surprise you with their quickness.
So quick, and they're long and lanky too. Those arms are just always moving.
Here's Oldham, gets a screen, going to take a jumper just off the elbow, and it falls off the back of the iron and through. We are tied at 2 apiece.
Nice little jump shot there by Oldham, averaging 12, almost 13 points a game, 6 rebounds.
Pritchett had an open look there, didn't want it. Campbellsville still motioning offensively. Inside, they find Pritchett. Out, McGeorge, free throw line, Jay, good. Kicked off just to the left a bit was McGeorge from straight away, and she sinks it.
But that is just a great offensive execution there by the Lady Tigers.
Long ahead, here is Hall, and she steps on the end line. I'll wet the bed tonight with all these waters they're bringing us. They're keeping us well stocked. They're preparing us for a doubleheader. We don't have one this evening.
We don't have one. I'll take one home and use that tomorrow. So
4-2, Campbellsville the advantage thanks to that McGeorge jumper. Pettigo. Faith Lake wants the entry, not there. Pritchett wanted it. Again, not there. Motions the Lakes. Looks backdoor. That is Faith Lake off glass. Yes, good for Faith Lake.
Good backdoor, and Courtney Pritchett once again playing the 5 spot, but got a nice little assist there on a bounce pass on the backdoor cut.
6-2, Campbellsville leads. Oldham holds it. Now she comes out top to Hodges. Hodges, the Bethlehem product, had a really good high school career, did Amelia Hodges. Left side, Sydney Hall throws up a floater, no good. Rebound to Perry. I'm not saying that was a bad call, but I think you could almost call that every play if you really wanted to on that rebound there. Those bodies just in there snug together. Perry has it deflected and stolen by Lexi Lake. Lake to the other end. She'll go up the right hand. Off glass, good. She and Faith have supplied the last 4 for the Lady Tigers, and 4 different Lady Tigers have scored field goals to start the ball game.
And what you've seen here from the Lady Tigers is a little more aggressive on the defensive end, even extending that press to 3/4 court.
Steele left side to Oldham. Back to Steele. You've got a couple of young ladies that have never seen this before, Steele and Hodges, especially being the freshmen. How will they handle this pressure by Campbellsville? Hall over there couldn't shoot it. Oldham will let it ride nearly straight away. No good with 3 on the shot clock. McBoard claims the rebound. Here comes Pettigo. Left side of the lane. Bounces it out. Lexi Lake to Faith Lake. Now McGeorge. The storyteller in me would like to see Pettigo get this bucket right here.
Yep.
That would mean all 5 Lady Tigers score the first 5 buckets. Left side, Faith Lake. Now Pritchett, 10 to shoot. Bounces, entry, McGeorge goes to work against Perry, draws the foul.
Good seal there by Ashley McGeorge on the post pass from Pritchett. She had her defender back way down underneath the basket. A chance here to go to the free throw line for 2 shots as we got a few subs here, but good start here for this Lady Tiger team.
Campbellsville will send in some changes here as McGeorge is at the nail. Pritchett, Pettigo, and Lexi Lake will check out. Lauren Lee into the lineup for Campbellsville, 5'6" sophomore guard from Liberty, Kentucky. Shyla Calvert in, 5'5" graduate senior guard from Bardstown, Kentucky. Sarah Sutton, 5'11", a junior forward from Scottsville, Kentucky out there as McGeorge hits the first free throw. She will get 1 more. McGeorge with 1 more. This one no good. Faith Lake flies in there, and they're going to say last touched by Lake. New player for Lindsey Wilson into the ball game. That is Cameron Preston, 5'11", freshman forward from Danville, Kentucky. Preston didn't even have to change her wardrobe. She came from the Admirals over to the Blue Raiders, and it's very similar.
Very similar colors.
Also in is Jordan Stevens, 5'7", a sophomore guard from Russell Springs, Kentucky. Left side, here's a floater by Steele that is no good. And Sutton came down on the leg of Preston. She appears to be okay. Here is Lee driving. She is fouled by Steele.
Coast to coast. Lauren Lee gets the rebound and takes it all the way down for drawing a foul. But it was a good block out for both down here on the defensive end by Caitlin Wilkes and Sarah Sutton. So they're listening to that game plan of keeping the Lindsey Wilson Lady Blue Raiders off the offensive boards.
Lauren Lee hits the first free throw. Again, if you're hearing me, there's a chance you've already found it. But if you're following the radio coverage until you can figure out exactly what's going on, the video stream is on WLCTV.com. Try the live events tab once you get there as Lee hits the second free throw. We had a streaming issue with our service sidearm. It's a pretty large issue that they are having. So we'll call an audible for this one here tonight. Campbellsville with an 11-2 lead. Lindsey Wilson, the basketball. Oldham pitches it out. Ball's deflected, knocked out of play, and Steele couldn't quite handle it. Sutton got a hand on it, and Lindsey Wilson really fortunate that Sutton hit it, or it would have been Lady Tiger basketball.
It was like a hot potato right there, and Sarah just unfortunately knocked it out of bounds. But once again, Campbellsville, that defensive pressure, it's relentless.
Creeping closer to the midway mark of this first quarter, not quite there yet. Steele backtracks and throws it away. Faith Lake in there for Campbellsville to intercept it. She'll bounce it ahead. Calvert right back to Faith Lake. What a pass by Shy. Here ball deflected. Caitlin Wilkes up off glass. Good. Wilkes into the ball game. The 6'2 junior forward from Stanford, Kentucky gets a quick bucket here. She checked in for McGeorge earlier, and we have reached a stoppage as Coach John Wethington wants a timeout. It'll become a media timeout with 5 minutes exactly showing on the scoreboard here in the PAL. We will step away. Lady Tigers lead by 11. You're following the Lady Tigers on the Campbellsville University Sports Network.
School is a lot different right now. Some days kids are learning at home with their parents' help. And
some days Elmo goes to school. To stay healthy, Elmo wears his mask and stays apart from his friends.
That's right. It may be challenging, but remember, when things get tough, to take a slow, deep breath. We are all in this together.
Yeah. Come on, Daddy. It's time for school at home.
Caring for each other because we are all in this together.
We're all just trying to keep things running for those who rely on us.
13-2, Campbellsville leads Lindsey Wilson College, and for Coach Ginger High Colvin and company, in these big matchups, you always, Benji, love to get out to a fast start. Really, any coaching staff, you love to get out to a fast start, and the Lady Tigers have certainly done that here at home tonight.
They have 5 of 6 from the field, 6 points off turnovers. They've already turned Lindsey Wilson over 4 times in 5 minutes, so they're averaging almost 1 turnover per minute. But a great start for the Lady Tigers, and you have to think that Lindsey Wilson not having 2 of their big stars in there is playing a factor into it.
Fellow Mid-South Conference school Pikeville with a 12-point lead over former Mid-South Conference foe West Virginia Tech. That's at the Expo Center tonight. Back to play here. Campbellsville again, the 11-point lead. Steele comes right side to Oldham. She will fire a deep 3, no good. Rebound goes long, and it is grabbed by Stevens, but they're going to say that Stevens was on the inline, so Campbellsville will grab the possession now.
Once again, a good job by Campbellsville on the block out there, keeping Lindsey Wilson off the offensive boards.
Lee on the dribble out front.
Looks like we got a zone here, a little 1-2-2 maybe.
Yeah, we've got a whistle here. Sutton just laughed. Oh boy. Sutton kind of turned around and laughed like they called that. I don't know that Stevens got much of her, but that's going to be a bonus situation. Benji, we were a bit straight line because of Sutton's body. But
and nobody was really moving.
No, and they were in that zone. They go to a zone and get a quick ticky-tack foul here. Sutton.
That's unfortunate.
Hits the free throw. One more for our dear friend Shootin' Sutton, who
she put on a show Saturday, didn't she?
She needed that, and
she did.
She walked by Coach Colvin's dad and kind of said, "I'm back." She was pumped up, and
she was struggling. And the confidence just was not there. But when you have a game like that, that'll shake that confidence right back to where you need it to be.
Here is Hodges' little shot in the just off the paint that's no good. Ball gets batted away, tipped out. Hodges chases down her own miss in the corner, and here's a steal. Lauren Lee stepped right in front of Preston and took it away from Oldham. Here's Lee on the other end. Bump, shot up off glass, no good.
That's a good possession there by Lauren.
Stevens goes far side to Preston, back out. Stevens wants to drive right side of the lane. Leaves it with a circling Hodges, and she waits. Stevens off the wing. 2 Lady Tigers close out.
Good defense right there.
Down into the short corner is Preston, and she's called for steps. So this will give it back to Campbellsville on the turnover. We're going to get Sydney Hall back in.
Sorry, Matt. There's already the 6th or 7th turnover here against this Lady Blue Raider team. 7th turnover, but a great defensive pressure there by Campbellsville on building this 15-2 lead.
Lady Tigers back to the front court. Lee left it with Sutton. It comes back to Calvert. Now Lexi Lake bounces. Sutton open 3 on the way. That is hard. Nice clean look for Sarah Sutton.
Good look.
Hodges will race ahead. Leaves it with the shooter. That is Hall. She can really shoot it. That is no good, however. It'll go out of play. Hall averaged last year 2 threes per ball game for this Lindsey Wilson club.
Yeah, and she's shooting the three-pointer at 44% this year. That's impressive. Anytime you can get it up there to high 30s, 40s, you're doing something.
15-2, Campbellsville leads. Just over 3 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Right side in the corner is Lexi Lake, back out to Lauren Lee. Calvert on the wing, holds it. They want the entry to Wilkes. They got it. Wilkes can't finish, gets her own miss. Goes back up off glass for Caitlin Wilkes.
What a seal down low by Caitlin Wilkes, and it was a tremendous pass as well. She stuck with it, got her offensive board, and an easy putback. 17-2, Matt. Quite impressive start here for this Lady Tiger team.
Oldham on the entry, back out. Hodges open, 3 on the way. That is good for Amelia Hodges as she finally gets Lindsey Wilson some more points.
Yeah,
They've been stuck on 2 for a while.
It's a 15-0 run, I believe, for Campbellsville.
Right side, Lee with the basketball. Pitches it to Lake, and Oldham does a nice job flashing out, knocking it out of bounds. Changes coming. Olivia Perry going to check back in. Amara Steele also in. Preston and Stevens will exit. Lindsey Wilson a little undermanned here this evening as it appears they're without Bree Glover, and we knew that they were going to be without Haley Eisen. Tell you what, Haley Eisen's an individual that I enjoy watching play in this conference. A shame that she's out tonight. She's been around the league for several years, her time at Georgetown. Left side, Calvert open, 3 on the way. That is short. Long board right back to Shy. She'll drive, zips one inside to Wilkes, spins, left hand off glass. How about that one, Benji Kelly?
Nice spin move there. What another tremendous pass by Shyla Calvert, getting her own missed shot and finding an open Caitlin Wilkes.
Wilkes is so dynamic.
Oh,
she can go with either hand, and it's so decisive. Love it.
Yeah, there's no hesitation at all. Good job, Sarah, getting your hand in there. But you're right with Caitlin Wilkes. She makes that decision and she goes.
Steele off the elbow. Jumper is hard. Rebound tapped up a couple of times by Oldham, and finally Lauren Lee able to snatch it. She'll push, leaves it. Calvert right side, bounces. This is Lexi Lake to Wilkes, back out. Calvert again, re-enters. This is Wilkes again, off glass. Caitlin Wilkes is having a night already.
You get her down low there, 4 or 5 feet from the basket, and if she could get a body on her defender and you give her the ball, she's going to get a shot up. She's that strong and that confident.
Ball nearly mishandled. Sydney Hall has it now. My son came down there right in the middle of the play.
Well,
it was a bucket for Lindsey Wilson.
He was telling you, good job, Dad.
Yeah, he's going to wrestling.
Oh, okay.
And he's become a bit of a wrestler, so they've got the Taylor County Youth Program next door. That's where he's off to. Inside, Lauren Lee, wide open, Wilkes. She gets the deuce, Lee the dime.
That was just great court awareness there by Lauren Lee, and nobody decided to pick up Wilkes. And
Wilkes has 10. There's a bit of fur ripping going on down there in the low block with Wilkes. She is having her way inside. Oldham with a nice drive, gets a bucket. Lindsey settled in a bit offensively. Problem is that 15-0 run has allowed Campbellsville to
well, Campbellsville shooting 64% from the field compared to 30 from Lindsey. But these last 3 possessions for Lindsey.
Back out. Calvert going to drive here, trying to beat the clock off glass. The shot would have counted, but a little too strong for Shyla. And Campbellsville with a 23-9 lead here as
good first quarter.
Lady Tigers take full advantage there down inside and shoot it pretty well. We'll step away, take a timeout, come back and look at some of the numbers. You're following the Lady Tigers on the Campbellsville University Sports Network.
I love you.
Point Lady Tiger lead, 23-9 your score. Matt Payton and the former Tiger, the Hall of Famer, Dr. Benji Kelly, here courtside at Donna Wise Court. If you're following along some of the video coverage tonight, you can see some of these replays here. Campbellsville had quite a few highlights there in that first quarter, Benji Kelly, and we talked about it in in the top of the pregame there. Campbellsville 23 points, 9 field goals, so up above that field goal percentage we had talked about, but 9 buckets, 7 dimes. How about that?
Impressive, and even more impressive, they turned them over 8 times. Lindsey, let's see, on the season, they're only turning it over about 14 and a half times, so they're well on their way to increasing that number as well. But what you've seen, points off turnovers, 10 points. I bet those 10 are from Caitlin Wilkes down low. Just a good first quarter. Campbellsville was obviously the aggressor there in that first quarter, and anytime that they're able to do that, they're pretty difficult to guard and hard to beat.
Back to play here. Pettigo over to Maddie Boyle, who checked in a moment ago. Maddie's sister sang the national anthem. Let's see if Boyle can have just as good of an evening here as Pritchett down inside. Lost it off of a foot. I mentioned Boyle there. She is the 5'5" junior guard from Milledgeville, Kentucky, Lincoln County High School product. New player into the game for Lindsey Wilson is Irie Gomez, 5'7", a freshman guard from Bedford, Indiana. Here is Steele. Comes across the paint on the catch. Back out to Hodges, who hit a 3 earlier. Right side, this is Perry, long 2, hard. Rebound going to come off, tapped around a couple of times, and finally McGeorge able to throw the lasso around it. Pettigo wants to run. Pettigo out to Boyle. Pettigo once again. Left side, this is Faith Lake, triple on the way. Bang! Edward Jones payout for Faith Lake.
Nice ball movement there by the Lady Tigers on the transition. They find an open Faith Lake for the first Edward Jones 3 of the night.
Hall going to try the answer, right wing. That is hard. Long rebound going to be chased down by Boyle. And she will slow down a bit, hesitate. Gomez closes out. Now Boyle wants to push a bit. Into the corner. This is Lake again. 3. This no good. Rebound. Pritchett back up. Good off glass for Courtney Pritchett.
Good offensive board there from Courtney Pritchett. And she kind of created a little contact there. They let them play on. And
right side, Hall. Dribbles away from traffic. Now Hodges calls out the play. Hall holds it right wing. Campbellsville chases her away. Hodges left side on the dribble. Faith Lake defending. Out, steal, and we're going to have a whistle away from the ball on the pass. Hodges' momentum carried her on in to Courtney Pritchett. That's 2 charges taken tonight as Amelia Hodges picks up her first foul of the basketball game.
And that's one of the things that this Lady Tiger defense does. It speeds you up, and a lot of times offensive players, they'll kind of get up in the air and they'll make that pass, but their momentum goes ahead and carries them into the defender, and we've seen that twice here tonight.
28-9, Campbellsville leads Lindsey Wilson here at the Powell Center. Pettigo left side. Picked up her dribble, looking for some help. Throws one deep out to Boyle. Boyle on the dribble here. Wanted a backdoor look, not there. Pritchett wants the entry overhead to McGeorge. Now they get McGeorge here. It was Faith Lake finally getting it to Ashley McGeorge, and steps called against the Tigers senior.
I think Ashley was a little bit, I don't know if there was a little contact there and kind of not set, but moved her feet, shuffled her feet there a couple of times and permitted the turnover. Campbellsville's 4th turnover of the night.
Hodges picked up that foul, went to the bench for that one Lady Tiger offensive possession, jumped up and came right back in. Here Oldham down inside. Nice job to keep her balance and not shuffle the feet there.
Yeah, strong move there by Oldham.
Lake wants to drive baseline. She's cut off. Looking for some help here. Pritchett, ball fake, entry to McGeorge. The help defender comes in and ties it up. Oldham did a nice job to knock it away. Possession will go to Lindsey Wilson here. 28-11 the score, 7:28 to play in the first half.
What about this shooting here for the Lady Tigers? 11 of 17 compared to 5 of 16 for Lindsey.
Hodges skips it to Stevens on the dribble. Leaves it with Steele. Now Hodges again. Left side, Hall, short corner. This is Stevens, wants to drive. May have shuffled her feet. Hodges open again out top. 3 on the way, no good. Rebound McGeorge. Pritchett the other way, numbers. 3 on 2, right side. Boyle going to go at Hodges. Up, off glass, good for Maddie Boyle.
Good job, Maddie Boyle, sprinting up ahead, and Courtney Pritchett find her. Maddie was just outran the defense and had an easy layup.
Hodges to steal across the floor in the backcourt. Brings it ahead now. Oldham left side. Inside. Steele finds Stevens. Does a nice job coming through the paint. One dribble. Avoids the defender and gets the finish.
See, I've been impressed with Stevens, the sophomore from Russell County. Wow, there you go, Maddie Boyle with a three.
Maddie Boyle having herself. I looked down, Campbellsville was running there in transition.
And Maddie just, it's good to see her out there. I know she's battled some injuries here early in the season, but Coach Coleman's very high on her.
So Campbellsville gives up that bucket, come quickly to the other end, and the Lady Tigers sink their second Edward Jones three of the half. 33-13, Campbellsville. Right side, Steele wants to drive into the corner. Oldham, quick trigger three, and she gets the answer.
Oldham's got a nice shot.
33-16. Pettigo on the dribble. Pritchett back to Pettigo, right side open. Boyle won't shoot it this time. Inside, wow. Wilkes, and those two have done that a few times back in their Lincoln County days.
And that's a difficult pass to make in the air like that. A lot of times you'll see a bounce pass like that, but that was a tremendous pass by Maddie Boyle and a tremendous seal and offensive bucket there by Caitlin Wilkes.
Hodges to Hall, entry here. Steele into the corner. Oldham, same place, and this time no good. Rebound taken by Pritchett as Pettigo stumbles over the back of Oldham. Pritchett slows down. Right side, Faith Lake. They want the entry to Wilkes. It's not there. They're sagging off. Pritchett three. That is short. Faith Lake tried to save it in play, just not enough time to get there, and this will give it back to Lindsey Wilson College here. The Blue Raiders will have the possession. Stevens back in for Lindsey Wilson. Left side, Hall, entry. Stevens working against Wilkes, gets the step, throws one up too strong for Stevens, and Bailey Pettigo to the other end with it. Midway mark of this second quarter, Lady Tigers by 19. Boyle again, three on the way. That one is no good, and the rebound to Pritchett. Hesitates, goes up, good for Courtney Pritchett off glass.
How many rebounds, offensive rebounds, has Courtney Pritchett had tonight? That's at least 2 or 3, I think, there. Maybe it's her third.
Lady Tigers as a team have 4 or 5. Hall left side to Stevens. Now Hodges gonna drive, cut off. Hall with it. Left side, Stevens, little ball fake. Back to Hodges, wants an entry, not there. Steele into the corner. Oldham has to let it ride. Did she bank that in?
I think that was a bank.
That may have kissed off the glass from the corner. That's hard to do. If there's a shot in basketball worth a bonus point, that's it.
Yeah.
If there's a 4-point shot, that's the one.
That's the one.
Right side. Boyle comes back to the left. Lake, now Pettigo. Backing away is Bailey Pettigo. Now gets a nice little screen there from Pritchett. Bailey Pettigo knows what to do with that open lane, goes all the way to the rim.
Well, nobody was there to stop her. She just took advantage of what the defense was giving her.
39-19, Campbellsville the lead. 3:44 to play first half. Steele will take the jumper. That is good for Amara Steele. The mid-range, the transfer from Eastern Kentucky. Played at South Laurel. Got a South Laurel product behind us here that's going to be a Lady Tiger next year. Benji Kill, Rachel Presley. Left side. Boyle's ball was knocked away to the left side. Campbellsville able to pick it up. Pritchett wants an entry. They're doubling Wilkes now. Boyle needs to find somebody open. It's Pettigo. Pettigo driving, 10 to shoot, out. Boyle, 3 on the way, in and out. Rebound, Faith Lake. Ooh, may have been fouled, no call. Here comes Oldham the other way. And Boyle takes it away, and Coach Ginger High Coleman wants a timeout. How about Maddie Boyle? Nice job. Oldham sees Boyle stand right in front of her, strip it away.
Just reached in there and grabbed it.
30-second stoppage becomes the media timeout. We'll step away. 18-point Lady Tiger lead, 39-21. You're following the Lady Tigers on the Campbellsville University Sports Network.
Myth. If you get COVID-19, you'll recover after a few days. That myth is false. We're only just beginning to understand the effects of COVID-19 on the human body, as we're starting to see more and more people identifying as long haulers who are having symptoms for weeks, if not months after their initial infection. Continue to wear a mask, socially distance, and wash your hands. Together, we can keep COVID out of school.
For ways to keep your community safe, go to backtoschooltogether.com.
We'd also like to give a warm welcome to Campbellsville High School senior Bree Galley, who is also with us in attendance today. Please join me.
39-21, Lady Tigers lead Lindsey Wilson College. As you could hear Corbin Harris there on public address. I didn't even realize they were going to announce that about Rachel Presley. That was pretty good timing before the break on my part. You get lucky in this business every now and then.
There's a little bit of intuition there, right?
You get lucky. They mentioned that Presley's here as she announced earlier this year that she would be attending Campbellsville University, and she'll give the Lady Tigers a nice post presence when she gets on campus.
Absolutely.
And, they also mentioned Bree Gowdy's in attendance tonight, Campbellsville Lady Eagle from just across the road, another recruit for Coach Ginger High Colvin. Still awaiting the decision from Bree, but the cupboard's certainly not bare for the Lady Tigers, and they'd like to keep it that way,
well,
right?
I tell you, the recruiting process that Coach Colvin and Miranda and her staff that they have, they're working, years and years in advance. So credit to them for, once the cupboard empties a little bit, it's filled just like that.
Entry pass here from Lauren Lee, intended for Wilkes, is broken up. Caitlin Wilkes with a dozen already, and you would think that her career high may be under siege, as it is 17. Sutton, left side, now Calvert off the wing, on around, 3 on the way, no good. Oldham the other way. Steele to Hodges. Finds Steele off the elbow. No, that's Stevens, excuse me. Here driving, that's a new player into the ball game. That is Amber Dunn, 5'11" freshman forward from Owensboro, Kentucky. Oldham going to be tied. Ooh, going to have a reach-in called on Campbellsville. Sutton going to be nabbed here. That's Benji, you've done some officiating.
Well,
that's got to be a tough call.
It's a tough call.
It's like, was that a foul or did they get the ball?
Here's the thing. I love the aggressiveness of Sarah Sutton, because that's one thing that they've been stressing with her. But sometimes I think the officials, they call it too quickly. Let it play out and see what happens. And it could have gone either way.
Steele lobbed that into the backcourt, gets it back from Hodges. Jumper from Steele, no good. Rebound to Caitlin Wilkes, who skies up to grab the carom. Long ahead, Calvert to Lee. Finds Wilkes, short jumper, even out on the floor. Wilkes is still very decisive with what's going to happen with the basketball. Here is Steele, left side of the lane. Throws it back out. Well, she was looking for Hodges. She found Lexi Lake. Lake, long ahead. Lee catches, goes up there. Nice shot by Lee. That ball was a little out in front of her. Benji Kelly stayed with it, pulled it in.
And you would expect that from your point guard. They're going to have great hands, and that was a good, hard pass, and probably the type of pass that needed to be made. But she stuck with it.
Here is Stevens, the jumper. Lady Tigers lead by 20. Sutton, the rebound. Campbellsville can extend. They've got Wilkes. Lee finds Wilkes, right hand, off flash. You betcha!
Yeah, Campbellsville is just pretty efficient here tonight. Even the second team that, so to speak, has come in, and Caitlin Wilkes is having herself a night here tonight. Already 14 points in 11 minutes of action.
Stevens, right side. This is done, and she's going to be fouled. They're going to get Sutton on the way by, I guess. So Sutton picks up number 2. 43-21 the count. We've got 74 seconds left in this first half. Courtney Pritchett trying to get to the table to check in, and the official, I like that. He waited. He saw that Campbellsville was intending to get her in. She was trying to avoid Stevens. Entry here is to Julia Balt, who checked in a moment ago, 5'6" sophomore guard from Russell Springs, Kentucky. Here on the drive is Stevens. She'll go around the Lady Tigers left side and get the lay-in, back to a 20-point margin. 60 seconds to go, first half. Campbellsville has been on cruise control since about the first 2 or 3 minutes. Pritchett, open off the elbow, jumper on the way, no good. Wilkes the rebound and the stick back. Holy Moses!
Yeah, it's fun to watch. 16 points, one away from her career high here in the first half.
Left side, Balt for 3, and she knocks it down. Matches her jersey number with the triple. 45-26.
Russell County.
Left side, Calvert. Campbellsville, they could maybe hold for one, depending on exactly when they let this go. But I think they'll take the first good look they get, and it just might be Lee as the shot arm is deflected, and Lindsey Wilson going to come out of there. I guess they got a piece of the basketball. Ball stops with 8 seconds, looking for some help. Stevens to Steele, 4 to shoot. Steele backs away. Going to drive now on around. This is intended for Dunn. Campbellsville stole it away. Pritchett got a hand on it, took it away, and the Lady Tigers will head upstairs here in the Powell Athletic Center with a 19-point advantage. They lead it 45-26 over the Blue Raiders. Campbellsville in complete control there during that first 20 minutes of play. We will step away, take a timeout, come back and look at the numbers. You're following the Lady Tigers on the Campbellsville University Sports Network. Keltner Contracting halftime report. Whether you're following along tonight on our streaming television service or you're with us through 88.7 The Tiger or 104.7 The Score, we certainly thank you for having us tuned in. Matt Payton, well, look at you. You went and got you a snack.
I did.
There.
I had to go eat. I had an early lunch, so I was a little – my stomach was growling during that game, so I went and got me a cookie.
You know, I've been trying to change my eating habits, right? And this is
it's hard to do.
Well, I did it before basketball season started, and then once we got into basketball season, my body, like all those old habits from in the game, like I'd run to the big room club, room there and grab something. And so the self-discipline required in this is quite challenging for me because it's not something I possess much of. But,
well, I'm right there with you, but I had to have a little something at least to get me through the second half.
Yeah, well, I don't want you to go down on me here. We don't need that.
Yeah, because we were talking back there. What's his name? Oh, working the clock, or not the clock down here.
Lakes.
He's like, if you need me, I can fill for you.
In, yeah.
So
if you
I don't know if you'd want to go that route though.
I love Brandon. And I give him a hard time, really, just because it's Brandon.
Yeah.
But he did color once, and he's like, you didn't like it, or you don't like me, and you don't want me to come back and do color. Really, he kind of got Wally pipped. I think you stepped in, but he actually filled in one night while you were gone. But then we had Leanne Greider for a women's game step in, and I love having the perspective of former players, and especially in Lee's case, someone recent played for Ginger. It's great to have her on. So he just kind of got knocked down the pecking order,
pole,
nothing personal. But anyway, Brandon does a fine job there. And I think they probably have a bit of an issue now. If we stole him away, he's gotten pretty good at that shot
really
clock.
has.
So you don't want to steal him away. Let's quickly go through kind of the schedule upcoming, Benji. We've got about 40 seconds before this second half starts. Lady Tigers back in action on Saturday. I'll make the trip down to Lebanon, Tennessee. We'll carry that on 88.7 The Tiger, of course. And the Lady Tigers then back at home on Monday. They welcome CU Harrodsburg. I believe that's going to be the first ever meeting between Campbellsville's Lady Tigers and the Pioneers of CU Harrodsburg. Then Asbury on Wednesday. I'll jump on a plane Thursday, head to Hawaii.
2 planes.
I know, 2 planes. I know everybody feels sorry for me. Then, we'll have the game on the 18th and 19th for the Lady Tigers. Both of those will be on radio. The Tigers in action on the 16th. They'll make the trip down to Lebanon, Tennessee. Zach Clements will have Coach Brent Vernon and his Tigers covered. You'll be back here on that Saturday, the 18th, for home basketball against these Blue Raiders. This game was moved. If you're tuning in and you're trying to figure out why is there just one, the Lady Tigers already had their stuff set up for Hawaii, and conference schedule came out. So kudos to John Wethington and also Coach Scott Bloom at Cumberland for moving these games and working with the Lady Tigers, because that could have been quite challenging, but Campbellsville was kind of already committed to that whenever the conference slate came out. But anyway, that's where we're at. Faith Lake, quick shot in the second half. No good. Rebound, McGeorge. The putback won't go. Lexi Lake flies in. She's got an offensive board, and she'll look for help. Out top, Pettigo, left side. Faith Lake won't shoot it. Back to Pettigo. Pettigo again, straight away, working. Left side, this ball's kicked up into the first row.
Campbellsville just being the aggressor here tonight on both ends of the court, and opportunity there, 2 offensive rebounds. Give them a second chance points here.
Pettigo with it once again. And again, I hate, if you're a Lindsey Wilson fan, I hate that kick ball and the shot clock reset. Even when it goes in the favor of our Lady Tigers. Pettigo out, 3 on the way, no good. Rebound again, McGeorge, put back good for Ashley McGeorge.
Yeah, Ashley McGeorge, she knows, she's probably one of the best rebounders I think that's come through this program in some time. She just knows where it's coming off at.
Lake kicks at that prestidigitator of a dad of hers.
There you go.
Man,
2 weeks in a row, or 2 games in a row.
I told her that story before the game, and she loved it. She said, "I can't say that word, but it's accurate." So her sister's in attendance. She doesn't get to come much in medical school, or was at one point. I don't know. She may be finished now, but so anytime she's in attendance, I know Ashley enjoys that. Here, a shot down low, missed by Olivia Perry. The other way comes Campbellsville. Pettigo finds Lake. 47-26 the score, Campbellsville by 21. Pettigo works right side off the wing, defended by Hall. Bounces it. Faith Lake wants the entry, wraps one around Perry. McGeorge trying to stay with it, feeds it back out to Pritchett. Pettigo to Lexi Lake, triple, bang! Number 211 in the career of the sharpshooter Lexi Lake.
Lexi Lake, 1 3-pointer away from tying Jody Criswell and being in the top 5 all-time 3 points. So over this past weekend, I don't know if you saw one of the pictures of her, of Lexi and Sarah Hignan.
Loved it.
Yeah, me too.
That's a photo for the history books right there. As foul going to be called down inside. This is going to go against Ashley McGeorge. That'll be 2 on Ashley.
And you and I had a chance to talk to Farrah Sullivan before the game on Saturday, and she said, I will gladly allow those records to be broken.
And here is a turnover as McGeorge the other way feeds it off to Lake. Got deflected, but Pritchett there to pick it up. Pettigo, left side, Faith Lake, little jab step. Now Pritchett off the elbow, entry over the top. McGeorge rolling to the rim. She knows what to do with it. Courtney Pritchett found her.
Yeah, I tell you what, that is pretty smooth right there.
Farrah said once you get those records, you
want them to be
broken.
broken.
Want them to be
Absolutely.
broken. That means your program's having success. Hall a 3.
Wow.
Boy, sinks it from way downtown.
That was deep. Sydney Hall from about 30 feet.
Conference freshman of the year last season was Sydney Hall.
That's some range right there from Sydney Hall.
All conference honorable mention. She's going to have quite a career for Coach Wedmington and his club. Pettigo left side, Lake open. Nope. Steele does a nice job to find her. Now Pritchett, back door. This is Faith Lake. Goes through the lane. A little reverse there. Good for Faith Lake. She gets the deuce. Courtney Pritchett the dime.
Courtney Pritchett already with, I believe that is her 5th assist.
5 helpers. All long ahead to Oldham here. She's going to get free and drive. Bumped by McGeorge. They're going to count that basket. That'll be 3 on Ashley McGeorge.
That was called Ashley McGeorge, and that's her 3rd, team 2nd.
So this will send Malia Oldham to the free throw line, 66% on the season. The Blue Raiders have wins over IU Southeast, Berea, Midway, and then in conference play, Freed Hardeman and Shawnee State. They've got some tough losses. We'll talk about their schedule here shortly. The free throw was off the mark. Campbellsville back to the offensive end. Pritchett out top, Pettigo with it, bounces inside. Lexi Lake looks for McGeorge, finds her, goes up and gets another finish to Ashley McGeorge.
Ashley McGeorge, her 9th point there, but what about this passing by the Lady Tigers team? Everybody's getting into the action.
Oldham holds it left wing. McGeorge defends. Preston with the basketball. She checked in a moment ago. Off the wing is Hall. Wants to drive, bounces one down low. Preston had it for a moment, and then Pettigo came across the top, broke it up. Pettigo wants to push, left side of the lane, nearly has it knocked away. Stays with it, off glass, good for Bailey Pettigo. 58-31 the count.
Coast to coast, Bailey Pettigo with the steal and with the layup.
Went from under the Blue Raider basket all the way to pretty much underneath her own. Here, Oldham in the paint, stop, nice little spin move there. Spins back to the right side of the rim for the hoop. Pettigo wants to run. Trailer here, Pritchett on the handoff. She'll call for help. Lake goes the opposite way. Now Pritchett dribbles back to Pettigo. Right side of the lane. Pettigo bump. It goes. No call. I don't know how. I don't know, A, how Pettigo got it to go. B, I don't know how it wasn't a foul. Either way, we'll take the end result.
My goodness. What a play by Bailey Pedigo, but you're right. There was a lot of contact there.
Nice little quick touch
and
pass
then
from
we call
Hodges,
that.
and then now we're going to get a foul down inside on Pritchett. That's 2 on Courtney. That'll be 3 on CU. Line change for Campbellsville as 5 on, 5 off. Boyle, Calvert, Lee, Sutton, and Wilkes out there for Campbellsville University here. 60-33, 5:21 to play in the third quarter. Campbellsville has had their way in this one. Lindsey Wilson missing a few key components, though. We don't want to sell
really
them
are
short without Bree Glover and Haley Eisen.
This is a totally different ball game if Glover and Eisen are in here.
Oldham into the corner. Run off the spot here is Lindsey Wilson. That was Preston throwing it up off glass. Balt, my apologies, I couldn't come up with a name there to look down at the call sheet. Balt did a nice job to help set that up for Preston. 60-35, Sutton out to Lee, wants to drive, cut off. Sutton open, 3 on the way, bang, shooting for 3. Edward Jones with the payout.
You got a foul?
They're going to count the basket. I believe it looked like, trying to read lips, it looked like he said count the basket. That's the main thing. Oh my. We got an intentional on Oldham. She got screened by Lee. Oh, she shoved. Yeah, that's pretty obvious.
Yeah.
That's a good screen by Oldham, and kind of chucked Lauren Lee in the lower back. And we saw some shenanigans in that men's game on Saturday. We don't want any more of that.
No, we don't.
Nice job there by the officials to catch it. 63-35 the score. We've got a stoppage here. Campbellsville leads 4:48 to play third quarter. You're following the Lady Tigers. This is the Campbellsville University Sports Network.
If you love concerts and live theater, going to baseball games, and eating in restaurants, inside, if you love parties and the small talk with the guy who makes you iced coffee the right way, then wear a mask. And let's beat this virus so we can get back to the things we love. Mask up, America.
Couple of Camels courtside, 63-35. Lady Tigers lead. Lindsey Wilson, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bottles of water on the table. I've got one underneath me here.
What are they trying to tell us? They keep,
I
mean, you know, it's. Are we trying to stay hydrated or what?
But I don't want us to wear ourselves out here. Sutton going to go to the free throw line. She's got the free throw off the intentional foul on Oldham. Sutton's first free throw is around and out, no good. Lindsey Wilson back in action on the 10th as they travel to Indiana Wesleyan. Sutton gets 1 of 2. Lindsey Wilson in a stretch of games here where they're
my goodness, what a schedule to
5 out of 6 here. They're right in the middle of it. 5 out of 6 against ranked or receiving votes teams, and 3 of them top 10 programs. Tough stretch for Coach Wedington and company. Calvert holds it left wing. Out top now Lee, 64-35 the score. Sutton wants the entry to Wilkes. Couldn't quite get it to her. Calvert now trying. Left side, Sutton open. 3 on the way. Bang! Sarah Sutton again. She never crossed the midcourt stripe, Benji Kelly. Tied 7 points.
She doesn't have to. My goodness. It's good to see Sarah Sutton back with us here. She struggled a little bit early this season, but that confidence last couple of games is right there.
67-35. Oldham out to Balt. Left side steal. Extra pass in the corner open. And Stevens turns it over. With steps or sideline?
Sideline. You and I have talked about that. Players just aren't quite used to that sideline being as close there because of how the three-point line is extended. We've seen that called many times this year.
67-35. Campbellsville to the front court. Lee with the basketball for CU. Works to the right. Nice defense. Again, they want Wilkes. Can't get it to her.
Let's get Wilkes that career high here.
Here is Sutton out to Lee. Driving Lee. Some contact and a blocking foul called by Balt. Or called on Balt, I should say, as this will be the first on Julia Balt. First on the Blue Raiders in the quarter. Sydney Hall back in. Gomez in. And Hodges back in. For Campbellsville, you've still got that what has become the second unit. Lady Tigers, of course, without Madison Shepard. That's a big piece of Coach Ginger High Colvin's rotation.
It is. We're missing her, especially on the defensive end.
Free throw here, good for Lee. One more for Lauren Lee. 68-35 the score.
Lauren Lee's having her a fine game here this evening. I'm not
This
seeing
free
it
throw
in the points category, but man, she's done a lot on the defensive end and a couple assists.
69-35, Lady Tigers a point off doubling up. Lindsey Wilson right now. Gomez lost the handle, stayed with it, however. Hall in the right wing holds it. Still on the dribble. Hall does a nice job to navigate through some traffic and leaves it with Stevens, who dribbles in and takes an open jumper from 15 feet. That's good.
Stevens here tonight with, let's see, that's her 8th point, I believe.
Lee on the dribble. Left side, Sutton. Wilkes working. Preston will front her. Lee looking for Wilkes. Still no lane. Nice job to Lindsey. They've really focused on taking away Wilkes. Out. Boyle, 3 on the way. Bang! Maddie Boyle. Another Edward Jones triple.
Good inside out there by Campbellsville. The penetration with Charlotte found an open Boyle. It's good to see her into the action here. That's what is her 8th point, I believe, already for Maddie Boyle.
Left side, Gomez. Now Hall, 3 on the way. That is no good for Hall. Rebound to Hodges. Stops. Out. Gomez, 3 on the way. That is good for Irie Gomez, the freshman.
And there's that second chance opportunity that Coach Colvin was talking about with this Lady Blue Raider team. They give them an offensive rebound. They're able to kick it out for an open 3.
72-40. Lady Tigers lead it. Boyle holds out front. They've got Hall at rolling. Sutton, to Lee, or from Lee. Goodness gracious, I saw the number there. It was Sydney Hall chasing, and Lauren Lee found a rolling Sutton to the rim.
Yeah, 11 points already here this afternoon in 10 minutes of action with Sarah Sutton. That's some efficiency right there.
Hodges on the dribble, right side of the lane. Dumps it off to Preston. Now Hall, she'll drive. Bounces, Preston catches, and maybe a little too far underneath. Lost the handle going up, I believe.
I think so. She is a right move there. She sealed Caitlin pretty easily. I think she just mishandled it a little bit there.
Lee out front between the circles. Hodges defends. I'm sure these two met in high school a time or two. But he wants to bounce to Wilkes, not there. Boyle out front. Right side, she's looking for Wilkes, and they throw it to Nathaniel Luis Pierre. He's got a nice football game. I don't know if so down there as a basketball player.
Pretty good that camera with
pretty
action
good
down there,
that
right?
camera, though, yeah. 74-40 the count. Turnover on the Lady Tigers. Elizabeth Bertram going to check in at the stoppage there. 5'6" sophomore guard from Glasgow, Kentucky. Here is Sydney Hall, straightaway 3, no good. Gomez the rebound, the putback off the mark. Ball batted away from Stevens. She falls to the ground, as does Boyle, and I think Maddie Boyle will draw the contact here. The foul goes against Boyle. 4 on Campbellsville. $34-point Lady Tiger lead, 1:06 to play in the basketball game. Hall. Left side, Gomez open again. She had a 3 a moment ago. This one's short. Bertram with the rebound for CU. And she'll get it ahead here to Lauren Lee. Lee long for Wilkes. Wilkes catches, goes up, shot no good. Bertram flies in there, grabs the offensive rebound. Sutton to the rim, and she's fouled by Preston.
Good job, Elizabeth Bertram, getting in there with the offensive rebound. I thought we were going to have a career high there by Caitlin, but good defense there by Lady Blue Raiders. Sarah Sutton a chance here to go to the free throw line, where she is already 3 of 4 for tonight.
Perry going to check back in for Preston. 74-40 the count, 46.6 remaining in the third quarter. Matt Payton and Benji Kelly here at Donna Wise Court in the Powell Athletic Center. First free throw for Sutton is good. Lady Tigers back in action on Saturday as they go to Cumberland University down in Lebanon, Tennessee, to take on the Phoenix. Hall the basketball for Lindsey Wilson. Now Hodges back to Hall. Three on the way. That is short. Rebound to Hodges. Put back for Amelia Hodges right there. 10, 12 feet is good.
Campbellsville was a little bit too far in on the defensive block out there, and a long carom off the missed shot there allowed Lindsey Wilson to a little putback.
Campbellsville can hold for one. 12 seconds to play in the quarter. Bertram looking, bounces to Sutton. They wanted a backdoor to Boyle, not there. Hall reaches in and knocks it away. It comes free to Gomez. Nice job to avoid Lee. Gomez took too much. She tried to get all the way to the rim. I don't know that she was going to get there regardless. She probably had to settle for that pull-up just inside the three-point arc. Was going to be her best-case scenario. Boyle did a nice job to knife through and steal it away as the buzzer sounded. 76-42 the score. Campbellsville with the advantage. 10 minutes to play in this one. You're following the Lady Tigers. This is the Campbellsville University Sports Network.
I love you.
Need that. Fourth quarter set to begin here at the Powell Athletic Center. I had the microphone up over my head.
You need some water?
Need some. No, if there's anything I don't need, it's the water. Lady Tigers with the advantage, 76-42. Campbellsville, as I mentioned, back in action on Saturday. They'll take on Cumberland University down in 11 and 3 p.m. Eastern start for that one. I'll be on hand. Zach Clements plans to go for some highlights, and hopefully plenty of Lady Tiger fans can make their way down. Nice crowd on hand here. You know, if this were the doubleheader that you traditionally have, your crowd would be outstanding through the roof. But
especially during finals
here.
week.
Absolutely. You take a look around, and Campbellsville will hit the floor here in the fourth quarter with Lee, Bertram, Boyle, Sutton, and McGeorge. We mentioned Lindsey Wilson's schedule a few times. A loss to number 6 Carroll, knocked off Shawnee State, a loss to number 3 Thomas More. Then you get number 1 Campbellsville tonight. Then they're taking on number 13 Indiana Wesleyan on Friday. It's a shot here, no good. And then receiving votes Georgetown on the 14th. So Coach Weddington and company certainly trying to keep their head above water right now, as that schedule is certainly daunting.
Well, you hope that this illness, the flu or whatever, doesn't just run through the whole program. And that's probably one of the reasons why those two aren't playing here tonight. Try to limit the spread of that, but it can happen in a heartbeat, as we all know.
Kicked out of bounds here. Campbellsville gets the 20-second reset. Lee holds it back into the corner. Boyle run off the spot. They're going to say Boyle stepped on the sideline. We've seen that 2 or 3 times, maybe 4 times tonight. Yeah. Twice on Lindsey Wilson, I know.
And Maddie's one of those that when she makes a move, she kind of, I won't say over-exaggerates, but it's a long stride, and she put that back foot back there on that line. Good call by the official.
Steal out here to Hall. Now Stevens open. She'll hoist the 3. That is hard, and the rebound taken by Sutton. Lee the other direction for Campbellsville. No numbers. She's going to go right at Hall, however. Left side shot up, no good. Rebound taken by Stevens, and steps called on Stevens. I wonder if Stevens came down on McGeorge's foot maybe and threw off, but there was a little bit of a bump there, and I thought maybe they were going to call a foul.
Well, I did too, and there was also another Lindsey Wilson player in there as well that could have been a combination or both.
Sutton holds it just inside the arc, and here Lauren Lee knocked to the deck. Lee's taking some shots this evening. This will go against number 13, Olivia Perry. That is her first on the Blue Raiders in the period. 76-42. Lady Tigers very close to moving to 9-0 on the season, 5-0 in conference play. They've still got a long way to go before they get their first semester slate in the books, however. Here, McGeorge rolling to the rim, hits the bottom of the backboard, and Olivia Perry all of a sudden has put herself at risk with her 4th personal.
Good strong move by McGeorge there, and that's something we've seen toward the end of last year, and we've said it many times here, Matt, but There are about 4 or 5 games left to go in the season. Ashley McGeorge just took it to a whole new level on the offensive end. I don't know if it was a confidence factor. She had COVID last year and had to fight through that, but it's good to see her having a strong senior season here for this Lady Tiger team.
Free throw good there from George. She'll have one more. Yeah, this free throw is hard. Bounces out on Ashley McGeorge. 77-42 the count. Right side, Stevens cut off. Out the Hall, left side steal. Campbellsville still flying around defensively. Hodges to Hall, open, won't shoot it, drives in, back to Hodges, 3 on the way. That is good for Amelia Hodges.
Hodges has got some range, and you don't just shoot 44% from three-point range if you're not a good shooter. But she's got a nice jump shot there and some range.
Lee bounces left side to Boyle. Backs away, now Sutton as the defender gambled. Sutton 3, that is no good. McGeorge, the rebound, the stick back, and 1 for Ashley McGeorge.
Yeah, that's pretty efficient right there. Ashley McGeorge knows where the ball's going to come off. Got a missed Sarah Sutton long three-pointer, and she's like, well, I can shoot a 3 too, but I'll just do it the old-fashioned way.
Sutton, one of those, probably tell Ashley, I did that for you.
That's
so you
right.
have that rebound, get the stick back. George hits the free throw. Thanks for tuning us in tonight on 88.7 The Tiger. 104.7 the score in the Barron County area. A couple of Barron County Trojans on display tonight. Bailey Pettigo and Elizabeth Bertram for the Lady Tigers.
You got a Glasgow player here getting ready to check in as well.
Ready to check in is Shanti Gore. Hodges' right side steal is open. 3 on the way. That is no good. And here, oh boy, Sutton tried to block out Oldham. She had her back to Oldham. And they're going to call on Sutton.
That's a textbook block out. I don't know how you call that a foul. So, but anyhow.
Well, I think it's kind of a unique call because Sutton's back was up against Gore, who actually had the inside position. So I suppose that they're saying Oldham was in a better spot. It was more of a push, I guess, than the block out, as Hall's going to fire up a 3, no good. And oh, yeah, Sarah Kate Pettigo sent me a text at Trojanettes. That's true. They're at the women's program, ladies programs over there, Trojanettes. My bad, Sarah Kate. Here's Sutton, 3 on the way. That is no good. Nearly banked it in, and Maddie Boyle on the run with the putback.
Maddie Boyle in the right place at the right time. I thought Sutton was going to get a bank. I think the banks close around 6 o'clock here in the evening, but she was trying it.
Playing a team from the Central Time Zone. Maybe that's
well,
what
there
she
you
was
go.
Going for. Here is Steele on the pull-up jumper over the top of Ashanti Gore. That's good. Gore, 5'11" sophomore forward from Glasgow, Kentucky. Lee long to Boyle. Catches and backs away. 7 to play, 82-47. Right side, Lee on the dribble. Out to Bertram. Now Boyle, 8 to shoot. Boyle working right side, behind the back. Slows down, gonna have to throw one up. Leaves it for Gore, and she beats the shot clock.
That is 29.9 seconds on the shot clock. It's a way to use the whole thing.
That is efficiency there. 84-47 the score. Campbellsville leading Lindsey Wilson College. Hodges out to steal. 3 on the way. That is no good. Rebound chased down by Sutton. Holds it. Lee clears and has the basketball. We're going to get a substitution timeout perhaps. Bertram, 3 on the way. No good. And the rebound to steal. I think the official thought she wanted it after maybe that trip, but Campbellsville was kind of on the run. Here is a driving shot. Gore going to foul.
Coach Coleman said, I'd like to have a timeout. Yeah. And she just let her keep playing.
I think maybe she thought Coach meant after the shot, made basket. Maddie Nally going to check in, 6'2", sophomore forward from Louisville, Kentucky. Also in Madison Drummond, 6-foot sophomore forward from Hebron, Kentucky. Don't worry, you got an empty bottle. You can just switch out the caps, buddy.
I guess I could do that. We got enough here. We got a selection.
We got a whole recycling plant to put to work tomorrow here at the table. 84-47.
I picked up a little dust too from underneath
careful,
there.
You might not want all
might
that.
not want all that on there.
Trade that in
Right,
for a new
Briley?
bottle.
She's laughing at me here. We can't take these boys anywhere.
Oldham gets both free throws. 84-49 the score. Choke on a hairball now.
I'm telling you. That was a good cookie, by the way.
Well, it was a substantial cookie as well. Looked pretty good. Left side Boyle. Inside, Drummond's going to go to work quickly, and she is fouled underneath. Double zero, that's Jordan Stevens. Her second, 4 on Lindsey Wilson. 5:35 to play in the basketball game. Drummond's that right hand, several dribbles, palms it, and hits the free throw here. See if we can pick up another score or two. U-Pike got a win over West Virginia Tech, 89-77. Free throw here for Drummonds is off to the right. There were a couple more Mid-South Conference games tonight. Tennessee Southern was hosting Fisk. And also Cumberland and Pensacola Christian. 85-49, nearly losing the handle was Balt, able to track it down. Right side Steele. Campbellsville leading here big as Steele going to drive and get the layup before the game. Madison Shepard and Steele exchanged a hug, and they played high school against one another, North Laurel and South Laurel for Steele.
Steele transfer from Eastern Kentucky. You've seen a lot of those kids from the Laurel area go up to Eastern Kentucky, play a few sports.
Now look at the entry here. Drummond's quick to work. Off glass, good for Maddie Drummonds.
Good footwork there by Maddie Drummonds. You can tell a little more efficient this year as obviously sophomore campaign, a little more confidence.
87-51, less than 4.5 to play. Steele holds it left side. On around right side to Hodges. Holds it up over her head. Here's Stevens wide open. 3 on the way. That is going to be off to the right. And Maddie Nally, well, Nally had the rebound, but it was knocked away by Steele. And Campbellsville will inbound. And this will bring us to a media timeout here with 4:16 to play in the basketball game. Campbellsville leads 87-51. You're following the Lady Tigers on the Campbellsville University Sports Network.
Myth. If you get COVID-19, you'll recover after a few days. That myth is false. We're only just beginning to understand the effects of COVID-19 on the human body. As we're starting to see more and more people identifying as long haulers who are having symptoms for weeks, if not months after their initial infection. Continue to wear a mask, socially distance, and wash your hands. Together, we can keep COVID out of school.
For ways to keep your community safe, go to backtoschooltogether.com.
.87-51, Lady Tigers lead the Lindsey Wilson College Blue Raiders here at the Powell Athletic Center. And Campbellsville staying away from some of those starters and second unit members as they can here, Benji. And that's one thing we saw that Brent Vernon and his bunch had to do, try to navigate through a difficult schedule. And Campbellsville here going to try to save a few minutes on the legs.
Well, it's a smart play. Obviously, this the game was pretty much decided there, probably about halfway through the third quarter. But one, it allows her to save the legs of her starters, but also on the flip side of that, it allows these players that haven't seen much opportunity of action here early in the season a chance to go against a conference opponent. So
Campbellsville back to work. Bertram the basketball. And going to be called for steps there. She wanted Nally. A defender flashed out. Bertram had to hold on to it a bit, force the turnover. Lindsey Wilson to the front court here. Nally inside, blocked the shot, put back, blocked by Bertram. We're going to have a foul called on Bertram. First on Bertram, 3 on the Lady Tigers as a club. was trying to get a score here on the Pensacola Christian and Cumberland game. I don't see a stats offered anywhere. There is a live broadcast. And, oh boy, there it goes. Cumberland up big.
20, 22.
20 or 22 there, yeah, as free throws for Lindsey Wilson go on the board there. 87-53 the score. Drummond's the basketball. Looking for Nally and has her. Ball got knocked away. Nally picked it up. To Drummond's on the baseline. Spinning. Drummond's in some traffic. Throws one up off glass. Doesn't matter. Still gets a bucket. It's Madison Drummond.
Maddie Drummond, I tell you, her footwork from last year to this year has improved immensely. Sophomore from Connor High School. Good to see her getting some good minutes here tonight.
Campbellsville sees Lindsey Wilson on the other end. Sink the three. That's Hodges again.
Hodges can 3 for 4 from downtown tonight. So that's going to increase that 3-point percentage. Impressed with her game here tonight.
Lady Tigers back to work on the offensive end. Calvert, left side, Nally. Leaves it with Bertram off the screen. Bertram stops. Feeds it to Drummonds. Going to work. Drummonds, and going to be called for steps here. Madison Drummonds, I'll tell you, if nothing else, she's been very aggressive with the basketball, trying to make something happen with this unit.
And I think sometimes that's a confidence from a freshman year to sophomore. Obviously, the game slows down a little bit for you.
Here's a shot for Lindsey Wilson. That was Hodges, no good. Rebound taken by Campbellsville, long ahead. Calvert finds Nally, goes up, the shot no good. Rebound batted out a couple of times. Lady Tigers couldn't collect it. Here Bertram gets knocked down and steps called on Amelia Hodges.
Good job by Bertram there to kind of create that turnover. I believe that's, looking here at the stats, that's Lindsey's 16th turnover, so their average will creep up a little bit. Campbell's on 10 turnovers, so they're a little below their season average here, and that was a point of emphasis for Coach Galvin here tonight.
Calvert to inbound, finds Bertram, driving, middle of the lane, left hand shot on the left side of the lane is good there for Elizabeth Bertram.
Good job, Elizabeth Bertram. Sophomore from Glasgow, Kentucky, Trojanette.
That's right.
Got it right, Sarah Kate.
Those folks at 104.7 The Score were probably all screaming at me.
That's right.
They heard me say Trojan. Sarah Kate Pettigo.
Well, you're in the vicinity.
Well, yeah, I mean, I didn't call them.
It's hard to do.
I didn't call them the Scotties or anything.
No, that's true. That's true. Those are fighting
words over there. Out top. Bertram on around. Now Calvert wants the entry, not there. Drummond's a little head fake over the top, looking for Gore. Gore couldn't quite handle it. It's going to go out of bounds and last touched by Campbellsville. Although I did earlier this season call Bertram a Scotty.
Did you?
Yeah, she got even with me yesterday. I tried to get in the gym. It was locked, and she just left me out there. She looked at me.
Payback.
Yeah. So I see how it is, Bert. Right side of the lane. Hodges, nice move. Spinning over the top of Calvert. Shot no good. Shyla Calvert claims the rebound for Campbellsville. Once Bertram has her. Right side. Bertram drives in. Left hand again for Bertram. No good. Drummonds does a nice job fighting for that. Saves it in play, but it goes to Lindsey Wilson, and Hodges with just over a minute left pushes into the corner. Oldham three. No good. Rebound Gore. And Campbellsville will bring it the other direction. Shyla Calvert crosses the midcourt stripe. Left side Bertram fumbles it a bit. Stays with it. Now needs some help, bounces it back out to Calvert. May be the Lady Tigers' last look at the rim here this evening. Drummond's on the wing right side. Holds it. Going to deck it and drive. Drummond's a bucket away from a new career high. She's got it. 7 for Drummonds.
Nice step there by Madison Drummonds.
Yeah, I would say starting to figure it out is appropriate for her.
And, you know, the game slows down, and it's an easier game when that happens.
Here driving, that is Balt. Nice step through for her as she avoids the contact. And that may be the final score right there, 93-60 the tally. Campbellsville, a 33-point lead. Shyla Calvert will come across midcourt, stand in the Tiger paw for a moment, and dribble this thing out as the Lady Tigers are going to pick up the win by 33 points, 93-60 the count. Campbellsville now 9-0 on the year. They are 5-0 in Mid-South Conference play. The Blue Raiders fall to 5-5, even record for Lindsey Wilson. They are now 2-3 in Mid-South Conference action. We'll step away, take a timeout, come back, look at the numbers, visit with the head coach. You're following the Lady Tigers on the Campbellsville University Sports Network.
With the win.
The thing that drives me every day as a dad is him. Every day he's hungry for something. And there's this huge responsibility in making sure that he's a good person. I think the advice I would give is you don't need to know all the answers. It's okay to make mistakes. As long as it's coming from love, then it kind of starts to work itself out.
Campbellsville University is accredited by the Southern Association of Colleges and Schools Commission on colleges to award certificates, associate, baccalaureate, master's, and doctoral degrees. Contact the Commission on Colleges at 1866 Southern Lane, Decatur, Georgia, 30033-4097, or call 404-679-4500 for questions about the status of Campbellsville University.
School is a lot different right now. Some days kids are learning at home with their parents' help, and
Some days Elmo goes to school. To stay healthy, Elmo wears his mask and stays apart from his friends.
that's right. It may be challenging, but remember, when things get tough, to take a slow, deep breath. We are all in this together.
Yeah. Come on, Daddy. It's time for school at home.
Caring for each other because we are all in this together.
Welcome back inside the Powell Athletics Center. The Lady Tigers victorious here this evening, 93-60 the final score as Campbellsville picks up the win over Lindsey Wilson College. The number 1 ranked Lady Tigers now 9-0 on the year, perfect 5-0 in conference play. Coach Ginger High-Colvin joins me, and pretty efficient outing by your Lady Tigers here tonight.
It was. First things first, Lindsey wasn't playing with a full deck tonight. They had some real important pieces that were out. Now, the kids that were on the floor are still very talented. They still have a very talented group on the floor. But to say with, the Lindsey Wilson team, no. When we go to their place and we see them, I know we'll see a totally different look and a different group. And we did jump out and do some things well and knock some shots down early, and that helped. And I thought we did defend well. So we'll take it. A win's a win, but they're a little shorthanded right now.
You come into the ball game tonight, number 1 in the country in terms of field goal percentage offense, and when you get into Mid-South, you don't really expect to increase that number very often. It's hard to do against teams in this league. But you guys from the floor tonight, Coach, 60%, nearly 61%. What you were doing offensively was really working, and as always, unselfish. 22 assists for your bunch here this evening.
Well, our post game is really starting to come around for us. Caitlin Wilkes, I don't know if she ended up with 16. I don't know if she scored the second half, but she was really a force the first half. And Ashley, I don't know how many Ashley had at the first half, but she came out and I felt like was a little bit more of a force the second half. And that was, when you've got that 1-2 punch, and we've talked about that quite a bit. And then you've got a Courtney Pritchett who can pass in that 4 spot and distribute the ball to anybody and shoot the ball. It makes us, I think, harder to guard than maybe we've been in the for teams of the past, and that helps us spread the ball, and it gives our shooters better looks, I think.
Pritchett finished with 6 points, 6 assists, 4 rebounds in 19 minutes of play, and her ability to pass and see the floor not only out of that post spot, but as someone who, in a pinch at times, we've seen run the point.
Right.
Those you aren't supposed to have pieces like that, maybe especially at this level. And here tonight, you can see the entire skill set on display. We didn't get to see much of it due to time, but again, she's fun to watch.
She's an Abby Miller type player. Abby could run several different spots for us. Whitney Ballinger could run several different spots for us, and then you've got Courtney who does that and does it extremely, extremely well, and like you said, very efficiently. And I would give anything if it were on a stat sheet, but charges taken. That's not listed in the stats every game, and I think Courtney had 3 tonight.
Something about that area of Tennessee. She and Abby Miller have spent more time on their can here in the PAL than just about
they breed
anybody.
a little tougher girl down in that area.
They do for sure. Sarah Sutton continues her nice little streak, Coach. I know you were just over the moon to see her performance last weekend, and then here tonight, 16 minutes, scores 13 points. She had a 7-point trip. That's hard to do. They had the intentional foul. She hit one free throw, come back, hit another 3.
Yeah.
She had a nice evening as well.
Yeah, it's nice to see Sarah just get out there, and you can see she gets winded a little bit, and for her to get those 16 minutes and just keep getting her feet wet is paying dividends for us, and we'll be a lot better team with her at the end of the season in shape. We'll be a lot better.
Someone that we haven't had to talk a lot about the last year or so that continues to impress in small opportunities tonight. Maddie Boyle fits into that, but I'm going to go Madison Drummond's first. Right. She gets in late, 7 points, really aggressive with the basketball, showed her ability to score, and we talk about that light coming on, and it happens at different times for different players. You could certainly maybe say that's the case for her.
You can, and the adjustment to college is so hard, and Madison's probably our farthest traveling kid, and she doesn't get to go home or maybe get to see her family as much as the rest. And her freshman season, like most, was very, very hard on her, and I think a lot of homesickness, and she just didn't get out much, just really battled, but she stayed the course, and she has stayed the course, and I've watched her open up as a person as much as I have as a player on the floor. She comes in, spends extra time. We've talked all along, Madison has excellent footwork, and we've worked on some of the stuff. And those kids that come in are generally pretty weak, and they really have to lift and get in shape. And when she does those things, she will be a force for us because she's got the footwork and she's a smart player. She's got all that to go along, and she's eager to learn. She's very, very eager to learn.
So we put a bow on this one. Talk to me about Maddie Boyle. You were without her the first few weeks, and knowing that you didn't have a Madison Shepard at your disposal, she's someone that you really needed to add, especially at that guard spot. And here tonight, she was really, really good for you guys.
There's never been a doubt on how good Maddie is. We watched her in high school, recruited her and didn't get her, and when she came back last year after Christmas, that was a tough time to try to transfer in for anybody. Even Emily Fox didn't have a tough time, but it's a big adjustment when you come in. And then right before school started, Maddie had COVID. Actually, her 10th day out was the day before we moved in, and she's really battled some issues, and we feel like were COVID-related issues. And 17 minutes tonight was excellent for her, and you can see she's a playmaker. She shoots the ball extremely well, but she also handles and passes the ball well.
Maybe you have her sister sing the national anthem.
That may have helped, right?
That's what it takes. I know you got a recruit here, Rachel Presley. We'll let you visit with her.
Not
you got
a recruit.
a commit. That's right. That's right.
We got a commitment here from Rachel
I'll let
Presley.
you visit with her shortly. Cumberland on Saturday.
Very, very different Cumberland team than what you've seen in the past. Super talented, and we absolutely have our hands full going down there.
Well, Coach, congratulations on this one. Always fun to get a win here at the PAL. Best of luck
Appreciate
on Saturday. Lady Tigers back in action on Saturday against Cumberland University as they knock off the Blue Raiders here tonight. Final score 93-60. As we put a bow on our television and radio coverage here tonight, quickly final look at the numbers. Campbellsville, as I mentioned, 61% from the field, 37 of 61 in the ball game, 37.5% from long range, 6 of 16, 13 of 18 at the free throw line tonight, 72%. The Blue Raiders were 42% from the field, 24 of 57, 30% from long range, 8 of 26, 4 of 5 at the stripe. 4 of 5. 80% at the stripe, 4 of 5 from the free throw line. For Campbellsville, they were led in scoring tonight, a game high for Caitlin Wilkes, 16 points for Wilkes off the bench, 18 minutes of action. She was 8 of 11 overall shooting. She had 4 rebounds tonight. 13 for Ashley McGeorge out of the starting lineup to go with 7 rebounds. McGeorge was 5 of 6 shooting, 3 boards on the offensive end for McGeorge. 13 more for Sarah Sutton off the bench for Campbellsville. 3 of 6 shooting, 2 Edward Jones threes for Sutton tonight. Double figures also off the sideline for Maddie Boyle. 10 points, 4 of 6 shooting, 2 made Edward Jones threes for Boyle. She had 2 assists, 2 steals in the contest tonight. 7 each for Bailey Pettigo and Madison Drummonds. The 7 for Drummonds, a career high, 3 of 3 shooting for Drummonds. Pettigo, 7 points on 3 of 4 shooting here this evening. 7 more for Lexi Lake, who knocked down an Edward Jones 3 in the ball game. 6 for Courtney Pritchett to go with 6 dimes. 4 rebounds, 3 of 6 shootings for Swiss. 6 for Faith Lake in the ball game tonight. 2 dimes for Faith. 4 from Lauren Lee off the bench, 3 assists, 3 rebounds, 2 for Elizabeth Bertram and 2 for Ashanti Gore. Shyla Calvert and Maddie Nally saw time, failed to score. Calvert, however, did finish with 3 rebounds and 4 assists. Benji Kelly, just a little bit from everybody here in this one tonight for Campbellsville.
You're exactly right. You got 4 players in double figures, and 3 of them are off the bench. That's pretty efficient outing there for the Lady Tigers, and obviously, Lindsey was out without a couple of their stars. Totally different ball game if they're in there, even if one of them is in there. But Campbellsville took care of business here, and now they'll try to go down to Lebanon, Tennessee on Saturday. I believe you'll be down there with them for that, and then back here before that big trip to Hawaii. So
16 points from Aaliyah Oldham to lead the way for the Blue Raiders, 11 from Amelia Hodges. They got 8 each from Amara Steele and Jordan Stevens in the ball game, 7 from Sydney Hall, 5 from Julia Balt, 3 from Ivory Gomez, and 2 from Cameron Preston to round out the scoring for the Blue Raiders. Big number here, rebounding. We talked about it a lot. 34-21 in favor of the Lady Tigers. They had 12 on the offensive end, just 7 for Lindsey Wilson College. Campbellsville finishes with 22 assists, 11 turnovers, 7 steals. The Blue Raiders, 11 assists, 15 turnovers, just 1 steal in the ball game for Lindsey Wilson. Enhanced scoring, I believe, all dominated here by Campbellsville. Points in the paint, 60-18 in favor of CU. Off turnovers, 15-4. Second chance points, 17-7, again in favor of the Tigers. And bench points, 54-18. Lady Tigers with the advantage. Just the one tie in the game at 2 apiece. The score never changed. The lead never changed hands. 37, the largest margin in favor of Campbellsville. And Benji, some of the numbers you think about in Mid-South Conference play, you never expect to really shoot it at a 60% clip in this league. Such a tough league. Campbellsville adds to their season percentage, which has been the best in the country, and that's certainly impressive.
It is impressive, and they did it also lowering their turnover by a little bit. So the impressive thing tonight, there was a game plan, and they stuck to it, and they executed it, and that's one of the reasons why they had such a big victory. This Lady Tiger team, Coach Colvin, Miranda Denny, their staff, they're going to scout a team, and they're going to know their tendencies and know, okay, here's our game plan. This is what it's going to take for us to be successful. And if they do that, chances are they're going to come out victorious, and they did that here this evening.
You back with me on Monday?
I'm not. I am in California
next week.
So I'll be listening to you.
I may have to draft. We talked about Leanne Grider.
Absolutely.
Reach out to Lee and
bring her
see
over.
if Lee's available for some of those Lady Tiger contests.
That would be great.
Next week. But we're down in. I'll be down in Lebanon on Saturday as the Lady Tigers will take on the Phoenix at the Dallas Floyd Phoenix Arena. Scheduled tip-off for that one 3 p.m. You can catch it on 88.7 The Tiger. Special thank you to Campbellsville University, University President Dr. Keith Spears. Also a special thank you to Vice President for Athletics Rusty Hollinsworth, Athletics Director Jim Hardy, and WLCU TV-FM General Manager Jeannie Clark. We say a special thank you to the television crew tonight for producing our broadcast. Sheldon Dossett, Zach Clements, Brett Pierce, all the guys there at the Sports Information Department. Benji Kelly on color commentary. Tori Cox producing our broadcast back in the AutoSmart studio. If you follow along through television streaming on the CU Sports Network, 88.7 The Tiger or 104.7 The Score, thanks for joining us tonight. From the Powell Athletic Center, Matt Payton signing off. The Lady Tigers victorious 93-60. You've been following the Lady Tigers on the Campbellsville University Sports Network.
Take a look at Campbellsville University's campus